Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Amol Williams.
Today, we're going behind the mystery, complex regional pain syndrome.
And plus, we're going to be tailgating with Swift beef.
I like that. And learning more about at-home hair color.
Not something I really need to worry about, but I know there are a lot of women out there who do.
That's right. We can save money, too.
There you go.
Finally, we're going to meet another brave, rare disease warrior.
And it all starts
right now.
Well, today on Behind the Mystery, we're discussing complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS.
It's a debilitating disease that causes severe chronic pain, swelling, and hypersensitivity to touch, which typically affects the upper or lower extremities.
And we'll be speaking to Dr. Amol Soin, interventional pain management physician and researcher at the Soin Therapeutics.
But first, let's meet Donna, whose life was forever changed because of CRPS. Take a look at her story.
The first symptom, I think that really showed me that there was something more going on. My husband and I were sitting on the couch and we had the fan going. Just the flow of the air over my skin was just causing an intense burning pain that wasn't going away. So that's when everything started to snowball. I'm from Springfield, Ohio. I've been married almost 19 years. We have a pretty active life. Sitting around enjoying some good old family time is good enough for us a lot of times.
After a bunionectomy on her left foot failed to heal, as well as her right, Donna began to experience persistent pain throughout her body.
I started noticing that, my hips and then my face and hands started being affected to the point where it seemed like every hair follicle was hurting. It was like there was thousands of fire ants underneath my skin, and, I would swell up, and then I would get red bumps. And it was just really odd that all of these symptoms were happening with no explanation. It was just like a constant revolving door of various doctors trying to explain my symptoms. It was like nobody was really listening. It was really depressing because it made me think that it was almost in my head. Not getting answers from these doctors and being frustrated with the appointments is a lot mentally to deal with. I turned to social media, and I had a friend actually contact me who stated that the symptoms were very similar to what he had, and I did some research, and finally when I went back to a particular doctor, one of my specialists, he did confirm that I did fit all the criteria for being diagnosed with CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome. I was definitely happy to have a diagnosis. But then at the same time, from the previous research I had done, I didn't have a lot of hope.
Here to help us understand more about complex regional pain syndrome is Dr. Amol Soin. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We just saw Donna's story, very impactful. Tell us more about, and it's called complex regional pain syndrome. Tell us what patients experience with this disease. I've never heard of it.
It's a really debilitating disease, and it typically affects the extremities, like the hands or feet, upper or lower extremities. And it's characterized by sharp, lancing pain, hypersensitivity to touch, swelling, color changes. It's difficult for people to walk, to use their fingers and hands, and the pain is way out of proportion to what you would typically imagine. Affects people 24/7.
Look, these symptoms can be misdiagnosed quite often, right? Can a diagnosis be difficult?
Oh, diagnosis is really hard in this disease state because most of the time, CRPS starts from some sort of injury. And usually it's a minor injury, twisting your ankle, getting your hand caught in a door or something like that. So doctors typically think, oh, this patient's still healing from their twisted ankle.
Or they think it's all in the mind.
Oh, yeah, that too, right? And they kind of pass it off, and it'll go on for months and sometimes years.
Do we know the cause of CRPS?
We think that there's some inflammation that occurs in the nerve cells called neural inflammation. We think that the nerves fire pain signals continuously and don't turn off for some reason, and that can cause a lot of pain. There's a lot of factors that go into it.
So, doctor, how can patients find relief?
Typically when a patient comes in with that type of pain, the first thing we often do is physical therapy. but that can be difficult if you're having a lot of pain.
Absolutely.
And even if light touch hurts, it's going to be very hard to do. So oftentimes we try pain pills, no opioids, narcotics, those have a lot of baggage, addiction, and tolerance, and that type of stuff. We've tried nerve blocks to try to block the nerve from firing a pain signal, and more recently, something called neuromodulation. That's where we send electrical impulses to the nerve to try to make it not fire a pain signal.
Doctor, as a researcher at Soin Therapeutics, I was reading here that you're currently developing a unique formulation to treat complex regional pain syndrome. It sounds hopeful. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so we're working with a drug called naltrexone that is currently used for things like alcohol abuse or opioid overdose. But we've discovered that in very low doses, it has effects that could be very helpful for complex regional pain syndrome. We were actually granted orphan drug status from the FDA. And the way this works is by decreasing some of those chemical mediators involved in the disease process to decrease the inflammation of the nerves and to stimulate your body's production of endorphins, which are your body's natural painkillers. And the second thing that we're working on is a nerve stimulator, a spinal cord stimulator, to send an electrical impulse to that nerve that's firing those pain signals to try to get them to turn off from firing pain signals. But what's unique about that is we've discovered a way that the nerve actually communicates from nerve cell to nerve cell. So now we can interact and interface with the nerve in ways that other technologies haven't been able to do. We're actively studying both of these opportunities, and hopefully patients can get good results from these.
So Dr. Soin, what's the ultimate goal of these therapies?
Ultimately, we need a treatment that actually treats the disease process. Because right now, all the treatments and therapies that we have treat the symptoms. So ultimately, if we can figure out how to treat the disease state, that patient can hopefully live a life with a lot less pain. And that's what we're trying to accomplish with these two techniques.
Thank you so much for your educating us on this. And I appreciate what you're doing for all these patients who want to live pain-free.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, before we go, we want to go back to Donna. She's very special to see how meeting Dr. Soin impacted her life. Take a look.
So I was referred to a pain management doctor, and that is how I found Dr. Soin. He said, I can help you. He's like, I can't cure, but we can see what we can do and make this better. Dr. Soin had brought up to me about a clinical trial that he was doing in regards to a spinal cord stimulator to try it out and see what it could do for me as a rare disease patient. I look to the future with everything. So the idea of something being able to help others, I was all on board for. Being in these clinical trials with Dr. Soin, I just hope that this will lead to FDA-approved treatments for CRPS down the road. That way, others can get relief.
While waiting for an approved treatment, patients continue to struggle and have been known to be at risk of suicide due to the severe pain and comorbidities of the condition.
I was very angry at the beginning. I struggled with what I did to deserve this. I came to realize through my faith and other chronic pain warriors that we are definitely a tight group of fighters. We bond together through our day-to-day lives, the things that have changed, the people that we've lost. And at this point, a lot of times the fight is not just our fight, it's the fight for the memory of those that we've lost. It's a fight for the future so others don't have to live this kind of life. This journey has made me grow into a person that I wouldn't have been if I had not gotten this disease. So at times it's a blessing. You just gotta move forward and do it with others. You're never alone.
If you or someone you love suspects they have complex regional pain syndrome, visit rsds.org. And to learn more about the progress of Dr. Soin's therapies, visit sointherapeutics.com. You can always visit our website, thebalancingact.com. We'll be right back.
Coloring your hair at home can sometimes be intimidating and difficult to do, right? But today we have a solution that you're gonna love, and it's fantastic.
Fantastic. Joining me today is hairstylist Marcus Francis.
Hi, good morning, Olga. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm even better because you are giving me a very special house call today.
Oh, it's only the thing that we do.
I love you. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to France.
Hi, good morning, France. How are you?
I'm great. You?
Very well. Are you ready for a hair transformation?
I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited and ready.
Oh, good.
So Marcus, France is looking for something that is vegan, high quality, affordable, a professional hair color that she can do at home. I mean, I think that's what everybody wants. And that's what I want too. And a lot of women out there as well. Can we do it?
I think we can, especially now because, you know, there are so many people that are intimidated and overwhelmed by the process of coloring their hair at home. You know, you have to pick the right shade. Is it going to be messy? Is it going to be easy to do? So none of that needs to happen anymore because there are products now that deliver a quality, salon quality result.
And I know for you that's important because what you choose really matters because you have very fine hair.
I have fine hair. I'm very busy. I have 2 children.
The children model, right?
Children model. I'm taking them to casting calls. I have to look halfway decent myself.
Let's talk about Better Natured. Tell me about the product.
Yeah, so Better Natured was developed during the pandemic, and there were so many people at home doing their hair color themselves. Exactly, and they wanted something easy to do, affordable, salon quality results, and now there are 26 shades of color.
Are you ready to get started?
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right.
Do it.
So the Better Nature hair color kits come with everything. You have the barrier cream so it doesn't stain your skin, the gloves, the color, 2 ounces of color with 2 ounces of developer. It's foolproof, you can't mess it up. I think it's easy for anyone to do at home. First, you gotta protect your skin, and this comes with a barrier cream, which helps so that it doesn't stain your skin.
Next, mix color with developer. Marcus chose shade 9N, Natural Blonde.
Put your finger on the top of the applicator nozzle, and you shake.
Shake, shake, shake. Section hair and begin coloring at roots. So Marcus, obviously we're not going to always have you here at home, although we love you. How would we be able to figure out our color?
There's a quiz online that helps you figure out what color you currently have, what color you're trying to go to, how often you get colored. If you want to see what the color looks like on you, you can use the camera from your computer and use a virtual demo of what the color will look like on you.
Oh my gosh, so if I dare to be a blonde, I can see myself?
Yeah, you may actually want to switch.
No, I'll stick to brunette. The company really cares about being environmentally clean, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we make sure that everything meets our clean standards, which are no parabens, no sulfates, no silicones, no microplastics. It's fantastic. And they're professionally developed permanent hair color formula with coconut oil and a signature triple plant milk blend of Tahitian palm milk, coconut milk, and orchid milk, which leaves the hair so hydrated. It's unbelievable because coloring usually doesn't leave the hair hydrated. This process does, and so it's very gentle on the hair and the scalp.
And Marcus, how long is she going to leave that on?
So once you're finished with the process, you set the timer for 30 minutes. Now with France, we're not going to pull the color through the end because we like what Summer did to the rest of her hair, and it lightened it up in this really beautiful blonde. But if you were, the last 5 minutes of the processing, you're going to want to pull through the color. So I'm just going to jump in here to speed up things, making sure the hair color processes evenly throughout the hair.
And so far, France, I mean, I see it pretty easy. Any thoughts?
Like the fact that the smell is very minimal.
It's much better with this because being vegan and cruelty-free, naturally derived ingredients, it makes a huge difference in how it feels on the scalp, how it feels on the hair, and how it smells.
You are pretty good.
Yeah, really saturate those grays.
Oh, she wants to get there. Oh, yeah.
No more grays, please.
All right, so now that we're done, you're gonna pop off your gloves, you're gonna take the hair color remover wipe, and you're just gonna clean up around the hairline so that you're not adding more of that color to places that it doesn't need to be. All right, so now we're ready to time it for 30 minutes, and then we'll shampoo, condition, be ready to go.
So great. Let's show our viewers. Ta-da!
Oh, wow.
You look phenomenal.
Thank you.
Tell me, how do you feel?
Oh, it feels great. The hair feels wonderful.
You're really gonna start using this at home, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, that's it. I mean, Better Natured, salon quality at home, super easy to use, and 100% great coverage.
All right, so I'm curious now. because you look so good, what color would I use?
Oh, she's interested in getting it done.
Yes, she
All right,
is.
I'm gonna think that you're about a 4 and I picked out a color just for you.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna use it this weekend.
And you know what's great is that the packaging, both the tube and the box, are 100% recyclable.
Oh, another perk, and there you go. Okay, so for our viewers who'd like more information on Better Natured, where do they go?
You can go to betternature.com, JCPenney stores or jcpenney.com, or our social channels.
Fantastic, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And
You look amazing.
you go hit the town, girl. Yes, sorry. And for our viewers, if you'd like more information, thebalancingact.com. Football season is in full swing, and everyone knows how much I love football. And besides football, you have to have a great tailgate party. Joining me today is Maciek Zurowski. He's actually in my backyard. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for having me.
Are you kidding? I'm thrilled you're here because you're serving up my favorite, beef.
Yes.
My entire family loves carne.
Yes, this is my favorite tailgating recipe. Super easy to make. We're going to be using sirloin steaks from Swift Meats. They are delicious, tender, beefy, packed full of flavor. So let's get right to it.
Let's do it. And you're going to make skewers, which is so much fun because everybody can help.
Yes, exactly. We have the beef cubed up into these bite-sized pieces. So we're just going to toss it in a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
And some salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. You don't want to use too much, just a little bit, because we really want that beef to shine.
Right. I think some people oversaturate it, and then you don't really get that flavor.
Right. You don't want the seasoning to overpower the beef. So we'll take our skewer, right? Take your beef cubes and just skewer it right on, and then you can use any veggies that you'd like. So we have some red onion here.
Color
so
is great.
Put this on. Right. It looks pretty. It adds a little crunch, a little freshness, a little bell pepper, right?
And you know, a lot of people say beef is beef, but I disagree. I think when you're going to eat meat, again, because I am a connoisseur when it comes to beef, Swift has great products and it makes a difference. They're lean and there's lots of protein.
It is, yeah, it's packed full of protein. They've been providing quality meats for over 165 years. So it's good for you, it's tasty, delicious, so can't go wrong with it. So this is what you're going for here with your finished skewer, right? Nice, you get your beef, you get your veggies. This is ready to hit the grill, so let's throw these on.
Okay, so how do we not overcook them? Because ours has to be medium rare.
So these will cook super fast, right? They're pretty lean, they're bite-sized, about 2 minutes per side, just to get that nice color and char on the outside. So they hit the grill, right? And we're just gonna flip these guys every minute or so, get that nice sear. And then we're gonna finish it off with some garlic butter, which we have melting right here, right? So just brush this on for that additional pop of flavor at the very end, right?
And again, not too much because you don't want to lose that beef flavor.
Again, yeah, just a little bit, just to really bring out that beefy flavor, right? So then this is what you're going for with that finished product. Delicious.
And it's really good for you.
It is packed full of nutrients, vitamins, perfect for me, for my family. My kids love it. It's delicious.
It's perfect for me. Is this medium rare?
It is, should be delicious.
Love it. For our viewers who'd like more information, where can they go? And by the way, there's more than just this cut, right?
It is, plenty of options available. Go to swiftmeats.com for more tasty recipes.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank
Great
you.
party. And if you'd like more information, you can go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
My name is Tamron Little. I am a wife, a mother of 4, and I'm an ordained minister. One thing that I love to do is spending time with my family. I love to see the smiles and the giggles on my children's faces. My dream in life is to change the perspective of what a typical mesothelioma patient is. I had to drop out of college because of my rare disease, but I did not let that stop me. I had a goal in mind and I was determined to reach that goal. Being told 15 years ago that I had 18 months to live, it was devastating. And from that day forward, I made a proclamation that I would not let nothing stand in my way or stop me from living my best life.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Remember to head to our Facebook page, like us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and visit thebalancingact.com to enter our latest sweepstake or giveaway.
You might just win something.
That's right.
Got to play to win.
Could get lucky.
There you go. Be safe. Love it, family viewers. We'll see you next time.
Take care.